The first teaser for Final Destination, Bloodlines, just dropped, and it delivers the kind of gruesome death scenes the franchise is known for. One of the most iconic horror series that terrified an entire generation is finally making a comeback after more than a decade. The first Final Destination movie debuted in 2000, introducing a clever concept that led to 4 more films with its signature formula of over-the-top gruesome deaths and the idea that fate is inescapable. The series became a horror staple, standing out for its creativity and for ditching the classic final girl or final boy trope, keeping fans on edge with each new installment. Now, nearly 14 years later, the franchise is back with Final Destination Bloodlines, the 6th installment set to hit theaters in 2025. The Final Destination franchise launched with a chilling tagline, "Death cannot be cheated." That concept turned into a multi-film phenomenon, drawing millions of viewers worldwide, without relying on cheap jump scares or supernatural entities. Even though the series had a strong run, it seemed like it had reached its end after more than a decade of silence. With each passing year, the chances of another sequel felt slimmer, until March 2024, when producer Craig Perry shocked fans with an exciting announcement. Perry confirmed that Final Destination 6, officially titled Final Destination Bloodlines, was in production and on track for a 2025 release. While the exact plot remains a mystery, reports suggest the story will follow an 18-year-old girl named Stephanie who has premonitions of dying in a tower accident in the 1960s. However, her visions aren't actually about her. They're about her grandmother, who has been evading death for over 50 years. But in the Final Destination universe, once someone cheats death, it's only a matter of time before it comes back for them. Stephanie soon discovers that her grandmother's survival didn't just spare a few lives. It altered the fates of everyone who was supposed to die in that disaster. Now, death isn't just targeting individual survivors, it's coming for their entire bloodline. While Final Destination 6 will likely stick to the franchise's signature formula, this time it may finally answer a long-standing question: why do some people receive these eerie premonitions in the first place? Unlike many horror franchises, Final Destination has never had a consistent returning cast, except for a few key characters. Ali Larter's Clear Rivers appeared in the first 2 films, and Tony Todd's eerie mortician, William Bloodworth, played a role in the first, second, and 5th installments. Todd was actually the first confirmed cast member for Final Destination, Bloodlines, but sadly he passed away in November 2024. It's unclear if he completed filming, and his name isn't on the official cast list, leaving his character's fate unknown. Despite this, the new sequel has assembled a fresh cast, bringing suspense and terror back to the big screen. Leading the cast are Stargirl actress Breck Bassinger, Chucky's Teo Briones, and The 100's Richard Harmon. They are joined by Max Lloyd-Jones, The Friendship Games, Caitlin Santa Anna, Owen Patrick Joyner, and Anna Lore. Their roles remain undisclosed, but fans can expect this talented lineup to fight desperately to escape death once again. On the production side, Spider-Man trilogy director John Watts is rumored to be involved, while the script comes from Wicked Games writer Laurie Evans Taylor. Directing duties are being handled by Freaks directors Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein. It has been exactly 25 years since the first Final Destination hit theaters, making the timing of this sequel even more special. With filming wrapped and no major delays reported, Final Destination Bloodlines is locked in for a pre-summer release on May 16, 2025. There's even talk of a 1-week IMAX run, setting it up for a strong box office debut. Experts are optimistic about its success, thanks to the perfect mix of nostalgia and timing. The franchise has always kept fans hooked with its unique take on horror. While each movie follows a similar setup, audiences love seeing death's eerie and creative ways of reclaiming its victims. And let's be honest, this franchise is responsible for an entire generation's fear of log trucks and gymnastics routines. By tapping into the universal fear of the inevitable, Final Destination left a lasting mark on pop culture. There's never a perfect time to revive a horror franchise, but with the recent success of Scream and Halloween, Final Destination, Bloodlines could ride that momentum. However, expectations are high. Since the series is known for its elaborate and shocking death scenes, Bloodlines will need to push boundaries to satisfy longtime fans. According to Jeffrey Reddick, the creator of Final Destination, the upcoming sequel will stay true to the franchise's core elements but won't follow the usual formula strictly. The series has always introduced new groups of characters who believe they've escaped death, only for it to catch up with them in brutal ways. However, Bloodlines is set to shake things up. Reddick hinted that while past films followed a familiar structure with minor variations, this one will be less predictable. He also teased that 18-year-old Stephanie's story will be more complex and expansive than previous installments. That doesn't mean the film will completely reinvent the franchise, but it will offer more depth and explanations than before. FD6 won't just be another story where a group of people cheat death and get picked off one by one. It's a true Final Destination movie, but with a fresh twist. What really sets Bloodlines apart is the new angle it introduces. Reddick mentioned that fans will be hooked by the film's fresh setup, especially as it explores deeper layers around the practical ways to cheat death. It remains to be seen if this installment will connect to previous films, since the creators haven't confirmed anything. However, with Tony Todd's character originally set to return, there's a possibility of some ties to the earlier movies. The Final Destination series has thrived as standalone stories, which may be why it never became predictable. But maybe it's finally time to explore the origins of these eerie premonitions. Since death is portrayed as a calculating force that flawlessly sets up freak accidents, the new sequel could dive into the mysterious connection between vision holders and death itself. Additionally, past films have never offered a real weapon or loophole that could let someone cheat death permanently. Every movie teases the idea that someone might outsmart fate, but in the end, no one ever truly does. However, if Stephanie's grandmother has been evading death for 50 years, she must have discovered something crucial, something that could be a game-changer for the entire franchise. The recent teaser even includes a sneaky nod to an Easter egg from Final Destination 2. While it doesn't reveal much about the plot, it does hint at a clever callback to what could have been Alex Browning's death. That's it for today. What are your thoughts on Final Destination Bloodlines? Drop a comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies and series. See you next time.